Remember Break the Barrier? We tried to make a collab channel. It was called Break the Barrier, and it was a good idea, actually, but it failed miserably.
Yeah.
It was kind of a good idea. We wanted to break the barrier between YouTube viewers and YouTubers. Like, make it more of a community, because we feel like there's been more of a separation now.
YouTube started as totally a community.
So we tried, and we Skyped a few times, and we made this whole list of things, and we went to contact YouTubers and stuff to be in it.
Bit of a list, so like the order we wanted to contact them in.
Yeah, but then we realized it's kind of hypocritical because we're like, oh, we need to contact all these famous YouTubers.
You know what? It was a good bonding experience for us. So, you know, our friendship started as a very business type thing.
It did. It started because of Break the Barrier.
No, Catrific.
Oh.
And that was businessy.
Wait, we haven't talked about the Catrific Story together.
Have we not?
We haven't.
Oh.
The Catrific Story.
The Catrific Story. Alright, how do we start this?
In 2013, I made a post asking who was going to Playlist Live because I wanted to meet people there.
And one of my friends on Tumblr followed her and saw this post and screenshot and sent it to me. She's like, oh, hey, this girl likes Stan and Phil. Maybe you can meet her. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. So then I hit her up. I was like, yo, I'm going to Playlist too.
And we got excited and we exchanged numbers, but we never talked.
We talked for like one day.
Did we? Oh yeah, we tried to.
We texted for a day. We just kind of like I told you like about like videos I'd made and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I remember being really excited when you told me you were the one that made those videos that went kind of viral.
They didn't film with your body, yeah, because that's most people in the fandom. That's how I have to introduce myself because everybody knows what that is.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's you. Okay.
I want your body. Everybody wants your body. So I remember, like, when you told me that, I was like, oh my god, she's too cool for me. So I got scared.
I know, I could tell, and I was like, oh no, it's okay.
Yeah. So then I just stopped, and we didn't talk for like a year. We didn't even meet at Playlist.
We texted at Playlist. It was like the last day.
Yeah, we were
both in line at the same time.
We were in line.
Yeah, and she said like near the end of the line, and I was at the end of the line. She's like, oh, I'm wearing a red beanie, and I looked for her, and then I gave up, and we didn't text anymore. Yeah. I was like, whatever.
We didn't even meet, and then I think at the end of Playlist, we were like, oh, it kind of sucked that we didn't meet. Yeah.
Well, whatever. Yeah, then that was it. Months passed. I forgot about you.
Yeah.
I hardly even knew what she looked like.
Yeah, I forgot about you.
Yeah.
I think I was just really intimidated because I saw your selfies, and you wore like really good eye makeup, and I was like, whoa! I'm so scared of this person.
I'm terrified. No. And then later, I randomly started texting you again.
No.
Didn't I?
Here's what happened. Right. So I got tickets for Playlist Live 2014, and so I wanted to make a group of friends to go with.
I texted you before this though, and that's why you even added me to that.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm like, last October, I don't know why. I think I started like really like your blog and I would stalk it all the time, so I thought it was hilarious. I thought you had funny content, yeah. So whenever I was in school and had nothing to do, I would just like go through your blog. Yeah. It was funny, and I was like,
that's when it was all memes and disgusting.
Yeah, I know, but I was entertained.
Oh, God.
I don't know. It was good entertainment. So then I would text you. I'd be like, hey, meme queen.
Oh,
hey, meme
yeah.
lord. And then it was just like, casual. We just like barely texted. But then she remembered me, and then we kind of talked about playlists. Like, oh, are you going to go? And then because she said she was going, it gave me the motivation. I was like, you know what? I'm going to push it, and I'm going to go. And then I ended up getting a ticket.
Yeah, and then I wanted to make a group of people that would go to Playlist Live. So we could all,
January.
Get together and talk and, just not be alone in line and stuff. So it was 7 people in a group chat, and we started talking every day in that group chat. I don't think you talked a lot, though. You.
I did in the beginning.
Yeah. But I think it was more them talking and me, kind of. But you were just not there.
I kind of said stuff. I don't know. I was so busy at the time. It was really hard to keep up with the chat.
But then, you were part, and you still are, part of a website.
Yeah, Femsplain. I do stuff for them sometimes. Mm-hmm. And, I wanted to, do something, because I was like, this is a good opportunity to go to Playlist, and I could talk with some kind of, female YouTubers about something. So I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, Kat would be really cool to talk about, because she's a gamer and everything. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, maybe I could do something with her for Femsplain. So, I contacted, the owner of Femsplain, and she's like, oh, yeah, totally, and you can ask her if you want to, she can do something. And I asked the group chat, I was like, guys, should I ask Catrific to make a video with me?
Yeah, and I remember I was really excited, and, okay, this is going to sound really bad, but I kind of used you in a way, because I was like, oh my god, she's meeting Catrific. She's going places. I need to be friends with this person.
I know, and I let you.
So that's when I started.
And you're like, I first. And I'm like, yeah, she's using me. Okay. I was like,
No.
I'll let her. This is nice.
No, okay, no. Here's the thing. Because I just really wanted to get somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a person who's going somewhere, so I was like, I need to be friends with her. But at the same time, I liked you and I thought you were a cool person.
Mm-hmm.
But I also was like, I need this.
This all worked good. It was a good opportunity for, like,
Yeah.
multiple reasons.
Yeah.
So then she, like, texted me aside from the group chat, and she's like, I don't know if you need any help with the Catrific video or anything, but if you need any help, then just let me know.
I remember I kept bugging you. I was like, do you need anyone to work the camera? I know how to work cameras.
Yeah, and I was thinking, I was like, I don't need anyone to do anything. I'm just gonna, like, set it on a tripod and sit with Catrific and talk. And I was like, oh yeah, sure! Because she seemed, like, so excited and eager, and she was, like, young, and I was already looking at her like, you know, this, like, impressionable person, you know, who, like, I don't know, I was like, oh, sure, I'd love to help her, do whatever. So I was like, yeah, totally, sure, so.
And I remember I was like, oh my god. When you said yes, I was like, oh my god, it's happening.
Then what?
Then you emailed Kat, and Kat sounded excited. She
She
really,
did, she's like, yeah, let's try it, let's try to do that. And I was like,
Yeah.
and she, like, gave me her phone number without me asking. She's like, yeah, just text me that day. And I was like,
You still have her phone number?
I have Catrific's phone number right in here.
Wait, pull it up. I want to see it.
There it is, Kat Valdez.
Wait, just cover the number and show that it's real.
There it is.
I remember thinking that it was kind of surreal, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is so weird.
I mean, it totally was, yeah.
And I was kind of jealous too that you had her number. You worked on the questions, and I tried to help, didn't I? I think we
I don't
Skyped
remember.
one day.
I barely remember that process.
Yeah,
But I
it was-
remember, like, I scrapped it on, rewrote it, like, the day before I left for playlist.
Yeah, but I think I tried to help you.
Yeah.
And I think I kept bugging you, like, hey, do you need help? Do you what? Because I didn't want you to think. I don't know. I wanted to be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It worked out good. Yeah.
So then, we got to Playlist Live, and you texted Kat.
I was texting Kat while she was with Dan and Phil. And I didn't know that at the time.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You were texting? Oh my god.
I don't remember how I knew that. I figured it out.
Oh, it was because of a vlog.
Yeah.
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 You were texting her while she was. Wasn't it when she was sitting with Phil?
No, I think it was. Yeah, and she told them about me.
Okay, wait, we'll get into
We'll
that.
get into
We'll
that.
get into that, right? We tried to figure out which room we were going to film in, because my room, I think my dad was going to be there, and then you had a room that was outside of Playlist.
Yeah.
So then we had to use, there was one friend, her name is Kate. She's the one that got Phil the sweater, the fox sweater.
Yeah!
She's a good
superstar.
She's, Yep. She made everything possible. She let us use her room.
Mm-hmm.
Her mom was really kind. Like, when we got there, her mom was watching some, like, soap opera or something.
Yeah.
She was getting really excited, and she was like, oh, okay, I'm leaving. And then she just left, and I was like, okay.
So we're just alone in Kate's room.
Yeah.
And we, like, rolled around on the floor a little bit, tried to make a bed.
We
Screamed.
have a photo of it, actually. Do you still
We
have
do,
it?
yep. Okay, we'll
Okay.
put the photo.
Boop.
Yep, there's.
That's a photo of us before Kat arrived.
It was so surreal. I still remember that feeling. It was just like,
Oh, but what happened before? You met Dana Phil right before we were supposed to film with Kat. She had tickets to go meet Dan and Phil.
Yeah, so I was really worried. I was like, oh, I gotta do this really quick before I meet Kat. Like, what if I waste, I'm late to meet Kat. And then I had to go home after that, too. Right after the interview with Kat, I had to catch a flight.
But you were in line.
I was in line.
Right. And you
I
were
was, like, in the
texting
second
Kat.
row. And I was texting Kat. She's taking a long time to reply.
But
So-
you were telling her about the room, like which room
Yeah,
she was supposed to go to.
yeah. And then I get up to meet Dan and Phil. And, my friend met them first. And then I go up and I talk to them or whatever. And I mentioned, no, I didn't say this yet. And then, Dan took my phone to take the selfie, as he does. And, he, opens my phone. And, there's a notification from Kat. And she's like, iMessage, Kat Valdez. And he's like, oh.
What
I
did
was
it
like,
say?
You couldn't see the message because
Oh,
I
okay.
had it set. So yeah, so it just said iMessage Kat Valdez, and he's like, "Oh," and I was like, "Oh yeah," and I totally was not expecting that to happen at all, and I was like,
Yeah, like the way it happened, it sounds like you did it on purpose.
I
Like,
know, but
you kept the notification there so Dan would see
like
it.
she texted me while I was in line. Like I didn't even text her first, and then I was like, "Oh yeah," because I wanted to tell them that anyway, but I'd already forgotten because I was so nervous. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm filming a video with Kat after this."
And then Dan, you told me that Dan was like, oh yeah, she told us about that, and she was really excited.
Yeah, he told me that, and he was like, oh yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, and then we took the selfie or whatever, and I was like, yeah, you guys should watch the video when it's up, and then they were like, oh yeah, we will. I don't think they did.
And then you gave them your business card.
I get, let's just skip forward, just.
She gave Dan and Phil her business card. She didn't hug them. She was about to walk away, and then she turned around to give them her business card.
Not to hug them. It's like, oh, wait, here's my business card. And Dan's like, oh, cool, now we can watch your videos. And I was like, yep. And then I walked away.
Yep, and then I went up to her, and I remember being, like, freaking out because you didn't hug them.
Also, you were so small.
So
it was, like terrifying because you're, like, this little ball of, like, energy. You're like, why did you hug them? And I'm, like, looking down and you're like, ah.
And then, like, right after that, we had to go to the room to meet Kat.
Yeah, so, I'm cold, I'm shaking.
I know, I'm shaking too. I'm getting pumped thinking about this.
Yeah, so then we go to the room, that's when we did all the crazy stuff.
No. Here, and we went to the room to, like, set up the tripod and stuff, and then we had to go pick up Kat. We had to go pick up Kat.
Yeah,
from her hotel
that's
room.
That part too.
When the thing is, okay, Kat was staying in the North Tower, which is where most of the YouTubers stayed, but I stayed at the North Tower too. I don't know why or how, but that's where I was staying. So I had a key, and I could get through.
Yeah, she'd already checked out of her room, actually.
Did I?
That's what it was. That's why we couldn't film in your room.
Oh, yeah, because he checked out of my room. Yep.
Yeah, but you still had the key.
Yep.
So you
I showed the security guard. I was like, yep, I'm here. Yeah. I can go.
They let us through. And we go up to the floor that she's on.
To the top floor.
It's like the top floor. There's a security guard.
It was the YouTuber floor.
And then we went to a random floor, and we just kind of sat there, and we had a bonding time.
Yeah, we just talked like, this is weird. We're gonna meet Kat. We're gonna make a video with Kat. And then it was time. We went up to the top floor again, and we tried to walk, but then the security guy was like...
No, before that, he was like, can I help you guys? They're like, yeah, we're picking up a friend. And we were like...
A friend?
Yeah, and we're like, yeah, her room number is blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, it's not on this floor. There's a sign literally right beside him that says all the floors.
Oh,
like,
really? I don't remember that.
Yeah. And then you were like, but it says right there. Oh. And he's like, no. And we're like, her number is in those numbers. Because it's like, this through this. And we're like...
That's the number.
It's right there. And
so then you had to text her.
Yeah, and he's like, well, your friend will have to come out to you. Mm-hmm. So then we text Kat, and we're like, okay, we're here, and you have to come out. And she comes out, and she thought we were filming in her room.
Yeah, she thought we were filming in her room, so she tried to get the security guard.
She tried to take us back there, and he's like, they can't go unless they have the pass.
She was so sweet.
Like, she was sweet, and then she got mad. She got mad at him.
It was so, oh my god.
I thought she was joking.
I know.
She was like, are you kidding me?
No, it was, at first, she was like, hey guys, and she was really nice, and then she tried to take us, and then the security guard was like, they can't go, and she was like, oh, haha, and she thought it was a joke, so she kept trying to take us.
And he's like, no. And she's like, wait.
Are you kidding me? Like, she went, like, are you kidding me? And she started getting mad, and I was like,
she was like, didn't she say she'll, like, I know who's like in charge of the vendors, and she's like,
oh my god,
she was like, I will talk to them.
No, yeah, she was like,
do you want me to call them right now?
Who's your boss? She asked, who's your boss? Let me call your boss right now.
Yeah,
I remember that.
And we were like, at that point, we were like, it's okay. We were gonna film in a different.
Yeah, we were like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. But she was being really sweet, and then she was like, oh, I didn't know we were filming in another room. Oh, it's fine. So then we had to change towers. So she was like, oh man, I don't know, because we're gonna have to go through all the people, and I might get stopped. And I was like, oh yeah, that's true. We'll make like a barricade. Like we thought it would be fine.
Yeah. So right when we get in the elevator, somebody's like, can I take a picture with you? And then
and we were just like standing there, like,
just stood there like, it begins.
We know Kat.
Yeah, they don't look at us because we're just casually with Kat. And then it's like, who are these people?
It was so weird. It was so strange.
And we get off the elevator, and we're like at the entrance in the North Tower, and we start walking.
People are swarming towards
it's
Kat.
A swarm.
And we were just standing like next to her. We were like.
And then she looked at me, she's like, is it okay if I do this for like 5 minutes? And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And everybody looks over me like,
yeah, she kept like looking at us like, I'm so sorry. And we're like, oh, it's fine. It's fine.
And
oh my god,
people keep coming
weird.
and coming. They make a line. And
there's a line. There's a literal
and
like.
Me and her are just standing beside Kat.
There's an impromptu meetup. Yeah. To meet Catrific, and we're just standing there like, do you want us to take pictures?
Yeah. And then she's like, okay, guys, I really need to go. So let's just do like a big group selfie. We can all become friends.
I took the picture. Like,
yeah.
I remember I took a picture for one person. Because Kat was like, I really need to go, so let's all just take a group picture. And I took the picture. And then we just walked off with Kat, and everyone just like looking at us, and we were like,
Yeah, so we take her to the room, we get in there,
and
we film.
it was alright.
Yeah. It's a wild experience. She laid by Kat's feet. I mean,
I did lay by Kat's feet, and I held up a piece of paper. That's all I did in the video. I just held up a piece of paper. I was laying by Kat's feet.
And you held a thing where she punched it.
But then I didn't. So, okay, here's the thing. We were supposed to be holding a paper. Like, she was holding it and I was holding, and then Kat was supposed to punch it.
And we just kind of like drop it.
But I didn't.
She didn't drop it, so Kat punches it and I let go, and then she's still holding it.
I'm just like. So I remember feeling really bad. I was like, oh my god, that went awful. Kat hates me.
I thought that too, yeah.
We were so worried.
And then we were going, and she was like, oh, do you want to take a selfie? Because people usually want to take a selfie with me after we, like, do a video like this. I was like, yeah, sure.
I remember, like, I was like, oh, does she want to take a selfie with me too? But I literally did nothing. Like, why did you let me be in there? I did nothing. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna help you set up the camera.
I don't know.
I was like, I'm gonna help you set up the camera. I did nothing. You set up the camera.
I tried to, like, include you, and then I don't know, I gave you all these things to do. That's why I added all the sign things, so you could, like, hold signs.
And then Kat left, and I remember I dropped to the floor, and I was about to start screaming, and you told me, stop, she's still in the hallway. Because it was, like, right as she closed the door.
No, and whenever we were walking to the room, we had her, and she was, like, talking about Dan and Phil and stuff. Like, really casually. And for some reason, it, like, really struck us. And we, like, replied very casually, oh, yeah, I bet that whenever people find them, it's crazy. And we just kind of looked at each other, because Kat was in front of us, and we're like...
No! It was awful, because we were talking... we were talking about how she was swarmed by people, and I was like, yeah, that must be kind of insane to have just people stop you and stuff. And she's like, yeah, but it's worse with bigger people like Dan and Phil, and I was like, yeah. And then I just looked at Abigail like...
And then she went with Dan and Phil after that, too.
Oh, yeah.
That's when she went with them.
Oh, yeah, I think we became, like, really paranoid after that Kat hated us.
It's a trigger for me.
It is, like...
It really is. I'm not even joking.
Like, it's not that she wasn't kind, or...
She didn't, like, retweet the video or say anything about it or comment on it or anything at all.
Oh, okay, yeah,
that's... really...
Yeah, that's why we were like, oh my god, did she hate us because she didn't retweet the video or reblog it.
And she never, like, answered me afterward.
But,
on anything.
Besides that, she was incredibly nice.
Yeah, totally. But, you know, that's it.
That's the Catrific Story. Oh, man.
That's the Catrific Story.
My hands are shaking because of the memories and because I'm cold.
I'm cold, I'm distressed.
And I'm triggered.
I'm massively triggered right now.
I still can't believe that happened. It's so weird.
Feels like it didn't even, like...
It feels like it didn't happen. You could technically call Kat right now. Like, that's a possibility. You can call Kat right now. That was the Catrific Story. We hope you guys enjoyed it.
Thanks.
Have a lovely day. Kat, if you're watching this, thank you for everything. Thank you for starting our career.